ChatGPT just announced ChatGPT Atlas, their own browser, and the browser wars have officially begun. So I want to catch you up on what's happened so far, tell you why it matters so much who wins the browser wars, and then tell you what I think is going to happen next. So all the big model makers have been playing around with computer use or agentic browsers for a while now. But the first big standalone AI browser was Perplexity's Comet. At first you had to pay $200 a month to use it, but just this month they released a free version. If you're not familiar with these AI browsers or agentic browsers, it's just like a normal web browser, but then it has a side panel where you can chat with a large language model. And most of them can now also take actions on your behalf. So not only can it browse the internet for you, it can also take over your cursor and do actions in the browser itself. Now, right now, they're still very slow and kind of limited on what they can do well, but they are improving pretty quickly. And I believe we'll get to a point where they become very useful. But of course, OpenAI and Perplexity are not the only players in this race. So let's talk about Google and Anthropic. Google, of course, already has their own browser, Chrome, and they have recently added a free version of Gemini in the sidebar. However, Gemini for Chrome is still very limited. It's probably the dumbest of the largest language models inside a browser, and it can't take any actions on your behalf. Anthropic are the makers of Claude, and I truly think they have the best agent architecture. It doesn't look like they're planning on releasing their own browser, but they do have an extension for Chrome. However, Anthropic has really been targeting the enterprise and developer ecosystem, not so much consumers. While I think they have some of the smartest models, they're also some of the most expensive. The way I see it, though, this is really Google's game to lose. Unlike OpenAI and Perplexity, they don't have to get people to change browsers. Chrome is already the most popular browser. Now, Google does already have a product called Gemini Computer Use, which has the same agentic capabilities as Comet and Atlas. So I fully expect we're going to see Google to integrate that into Chrome in the near future. But why does it matter so much who wins the browser war? Well, it really comes down to distribution and data. It seems that the more capable each of these models become, the more commoditized they become. Eventually, they'll all be sufficiently capable, and people will typically choose whatever model is most convenient for them, not the one that's smartest. And the one that's most convenient is probably the one that's already inside your default browser. And I truly believe that once these models become capable enough, anyone using their computer for work will gladly pay for a monthly subscription. And of course, the other reason is that they want your data. The data that Google currently collects from Chrome is perhaps their biggest advantage right now. All the model makers want that data to help train their models. This is why OpenAI is currently giving you a week free of the Pro version if you set Atlas to your default browser. Currently, it's only available for macOS, but I'm sure we'll see a Windows version soon.